Hey everybody, it's another wet, windy day down at the farm. Sort of stopping us from doing a great deal. We were going to do some work on the wool shed roof, but not today, I don't think. So we're just going to do a bit of work in the shed. I'm going to work on the 3505. I've got a few seals for it. It's due for a service, but I'm still waiting for a filter, and I'm not sure when I'll get it or when I'll do it. So just going to replace a couple of seals. Dad's over here doing some work on the wheels for the wool press that we bought the other day. If you've watched along, you'll have seen that the wheels are pretty old and cruddy. So what Dad's currently doing is he's got the hub off the one that was flat, and he's cut out a disc, and he's going to make a wheel out of this tube. Is that right? So yeah, that's his project for the day, I guess. That's what he's doing. And yeah, we'll do some work on the 3505. So what I'm doing on the tractor here is here's the lift pump for the fuel. So that sucks fuel up from the tank to get to the pump, and you also prime the filters with this little lever. I think it's got a leaking gasket behind here, so I'm going to pull that off, and I've got a new gasket for it. Then once I do that, I've got another seal for the timing shaft for the fuel pump. I'm going to replace as well. It's been leaking oil for a while. We'll see how we go with that. So that should be pretty simple. Just undo the two fuel pipes, undo the 4 bolts, give it a clean, whack the new gasket on there. Not really much to it, so we'll get that off. Alright, so I got the lift pump off. As you can see, I'll have to clean up the surface on the block where the gasket goes with a bit of emery paper. Here it is here. So it just works off the cam, I think. And yeah, it pumps fuel up to the fuel pump when the engine's running. So I need to clean on that surface as well and just give it a quick clean up. So it's not covered in crap, and I think that's where it's leaking. Hopefully it's not leaking out of one of the pins or something around there. So yeah, we'll get all that cleaned up and put it back on the engine. Alright, so we've cleaned up the surface on the block where the pump bolts on, and also the pump itself. So I'll get the new gasket and we'll be able to bolt that back on. Alright, got the lift pump back on. It's all bolted up, pipes are back on. The gasket is a cork gasket, and the trick with those is you don't want to over tighten them, because if you tighten them too far, they will start leaking eventually. So you just want to have them up firm but not super tight. Just put a bit of feel through it. So that should be hopefully right and won't leak. Hopefully it's not leaking out of anything there. Alright, the next thing I'm working on is the seal for this shaft here. It's to do with timing the fuel pump. So there's a seal that goes around there. I just pulled it out. She's knackered. I just pulled it out by my fingers. That's how knackered it is. I don't know if you'll be able to see the little spring that goes in that inner circle of the seal is broken. So that'd be why it started leaking and fell apart. So we have a new one here, and all we have to do is just press that onto the shaft, and then it should be right. And we'll start it up and see whether or not it leaks. So I've given the shaft a clean up and where the seal will seat, and we'll just knock that on and see what it does. Alright, so I got the new seal on there. Managed to knock that on. Just used this deep socket here and slipped it on over there and just tapped it in. And that seems to have worked alright. So we'll start it up now, I guess, and we'll see if any oil comes out, and hopefully it stays dry. Alright, so as you saw, it's running there at the moment. So we'll let it run for a little while and see if anything leaks. Looks alright at the minute, but we'll come back to you when I've turned it off and yeah, come to a conclusion. So as you would have seen, Dad's just been mucking around making his couple of wheels for the wool press. We've just come into the wool shed. He's finishing up for the day. He's made one wheel and he's got one to go still. But he's done a little bit of work on it, when?
Oh, last Monday.
The other day, last Monday. So he's drained all the oil out, pulled off the crusty old hose that was there. I mean, he's got some new hose there. So we've got to put that back together at some point. And then he's made his first wheel there. So as you remember, I had the rubber ones. So there's the wheel. Well, it's probably rounder than the originals.
Oh, yeah, I'm only a bushy, so don't have the proper stuff to be cutting things to precision. That's as good as what I can do. I'll probably do better on the next one, so she'll be more of a Fred Flintstone operation. It's a start.
It won't really matter because it won't be really getting rolled around very much. It'll sort of be positioned and then probably just stay there.
Yeah, take the wheels off.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. So Dad will probably finish that at some point, maybe tomorrow or whenever. So we'll leave it as it is for today. Yeah, so there's not really much else going on today. It's been a pretty quiet one. Yeah, when there's wet weather, as is probably on most farms and places, there's yeah, not really a lot to do unless you're in the shed. We've sort of done what we wanted to get done. I think Dad's going to keep building his wheels for the wool press tomorrow as well. Yeah, there's just not really a lot going on, so this video will probably be a little bit shorter than usual. Is what it is though. So yeah, we've got crutching coming up pretty soon. We've been sort of in talks. We've got a different shearer this year. I'm gonna Dad's trying to organise to do the crutching pretty soon, within the next couple of weeks at least. And then pretty soon after that, we'll be shearing as well. And we've got to also mark the Dohne lambs because they'll be getting pretty close. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Yeah, so if there's any questions or anything, just chuck them down in the comments. Always happy to answer the questions. I'd pretty much answer every comment, so leave a comment if you feel so inclined. If you've got any questions about just on the farm or any of the machines or anything, we're always happy to answer questions, or we can say something in one of the videos next time we're doing something on one of the machines or anything like that. But yeah, we'll just leave it as it is. I think there's not really much else happening today, so you guys know the drill. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you to the next one.